Good morning everyone, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Wave. It is me, Jolly V, and I hope that you're all good on this Saturday morning. Let's look at what the charts tell us today. Here we are looking at the Bitcoin charts. On the left we have Bitstamp as usual, and on the right we have Bitfinex. On both charts we are looking at the 4 hour, and on the left side, let's zoom. And as you can clearly see, on the Bitstamp chart, we fell out of the triangle again, we fell out, we pumped up inside, we were trying to break above the triangle again, but we couldn't. The 50 EMA wasn't enough to support us, so we fell down from it again. And now we are trying to find some support. This is a Fibonacci level 2. We are testing the fibs from when Elon bought, the fibs that I showed you yesterday. We are still testing those. And on the right side, guess what? We fell out of the triangle, we went up above the triangle, we started testing the bottom of the triangle, and then we broke down again. Right now we are trying to find some support, some kind of support. As you can see on Emasar, we are still on a bear trend. The sky is changing. The sky is turning a little bit gray. In the near future it should start to rain to the upside when the sky gets a little bit darker. As we start to approach the weekend, volume is starting to fall, so I guess that if this keeps on falling we should expect a big move to either side. I'm favoring more the bull side, because I still think that we aren't done. So let's zoom in and check on market Cipher. We will zoom in on Bitfinex. So looking at Bitfinex, we can still clearly see that the money flow is starting to curve to the upside. The money is starting to enter the market again, so these prices are starting to look good again for money to enter the market. The red money flow is starting to turn slightly green, poking in the green, sometimes here and here. And if this keeps on going, money will start entering the market again, and maybe we can have a green money flow again. This is on the 4 hour. We are getting a slightly bearish divergence here. We're getting a slightly bear wave there. We can still drop a little bit more, but I think that we won't drop too much from where we are now, because we have here a big wave. We should be forming like, I'll leave this here, we should form like some waves inside of this triangle. Money flow will start to go down a little bit again. VWAP, you see VWAP is already almost touching its max point, so it will start curving up again, and with it money flow will enter the red side and then start to enter the green side again, if we don't get too much of a big move to the downside. If we are getting a move to the downside, I would be expecting a move to the sky again, touching the sky again, maybe get into the middle of the sky like the moon, 28k. That would be a quick liquidation event, gather some more liquidity, liquidate some more longs, and then big move to the upside. But if that doesn't happen, we could sure as hell drop until the top of the sky, well, the bottom of the sky, and then go up. As we could as well find some support here around these levels and start to go up again. Let's see how the 15-minute is doing. So on the 15-minute we are touching the buoy, the middle of the ocean, and this usually, as I said, it's usually a double down place, but we are on the 15 minutes, so wait for more confirmation. Again, this is not financial advice, I'm just sharing my thoughts and what I'm seeing in the market. So this was yesterday's dump, this was today's dump. It might be starting or it might be ending. We are getting supported by a marker. You see this green marker, it used to be the buoy of the last trend ocean. Now it serves as support, it's a marker, and we are bouncing off of it. We are almost touched the buoy, which is the double down place. Right now the 50 EMA has crossed the 200, so we should expect some resistance by the 50 EMA on the 15-minute chart, as it is the bottom of the top of the previous triangle, which was acting as resistance, now acted as support, and now is resistance again. So we should expect some turbulence, some resistance at 36k. If we are able to break above that, we will keep on pumping, maybe touch the sky on the 15 minutes and get up to 37. If we aren't able to pump this, or to pump through this, there will be more downside. So this is what Emasar and Market Cipher are telling us for today. And now zooming out and looking at the Bitstamp chart, I know this is really messy, but just look at the trend lines that I had drawn since the start of this year. I had drawn these trend lines, and see, we followed them mostly. This one was the top one, so this one we stopped following this one here, and then we fell to this yellow one. We fell to the yellow one, which guided us all the way to to the top of this previous rally, and here we started this bear rally, and then this bear rally followed this one, this trend line, this purple trend line. You see, support, then we pumped and we fell all the way through it, and we are touching it time and time again. We are touching it. Just the other day we touched it again. So for me right now we are at the crossroads. Bitcoin needs to decide itself if this is the end of the bull market, if this is the end of this bear trend. Bitcoin needs to decide itself. And I still keep on saying that we are still in the middle of a short bear market inside of a bull market, inside of a bigger bull market. For me, since the 17th of April, since we started falling, and since the 20th of May, this is the accumulation zone. This is the pit stop for us. This is where we change our tires, we put on new tires, and keep on racing. Let's just hope that we don't get the tire stuck, like Bottas had. This is what Emasar and Market Cipher tell us regarding Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum, and then we can move on to FiboSwanny method, and also to the order book analysis. Alrighty, this is Ethereum on Bitstamp. 4-hour chart, Fibonacci candles. We have the ascending triangle we charted yesterday. We fell down from it, and it looks like we are still falling. There was a huge inflow of money into the Ethereum US dollar pair, and we had our big run. We had our big run. See, when we touch the sky, we go to the beach, we touch the beach, we found support, 50 EMA, beach again, W pattern, confirmed, engage, sky again, moon, okay, sky, back down to the beach, 50 EMA, beach, W pattern confirmed, engage, full speed to the sky, to the moon, mooning, and we kept on mooning. Isn't this too much? No, we have some more moon. Is this too much? Yes, it is too much. Go down. And we went down to the beach. Okay, someone started accumulating here. 2 yellow X's, we're going down more. And we went down into the underworld, the trend died, and the new trend was born, a bear trend. That's where we are in right now. Fucking bear trend for Ethereum. Ascending triangle, falling out of it. Lots of numbers. This is Market Cipher DBSI. What is DBSI telling us? We have an 8 above the candle, so some sell pressure. Let's get rid of this. As you can see, on the 4-hour, we are still, well, this is support. I'm guessing this is a fib level. Let me just really quickly check which fib level it is. Yes, like I said, it's a fib level. We are following the 618. Let me just reverse this. Reverse the motherfucker. Yes, so we are falling to a fib level, to the 38.2. If we are able to maintain this one, we should expect a move up until the 618 or the 65. No, we should have held the 618 or the 65 here and kept on moving, but we didn't. So we fell to the 38.2. So what does Market Cipher tell us? Market Cipher tells us that the money flow money is starting to enter the market again, here a little bit, exiting and entering a little bit with more confidence here, so a little bit of more money entering the market here. Now we are exiting the market again. Since it's the weekend, I don't think that too much money will exit the market all at once on the weekend, unless we have a liquidation event like previous weekends, but I hope not. I really hope not. As you can see, the momentum waves are on the oversold. Right now we are below the oversold line. This is for me the max line of oversold, and for me, and also this one is the max line of overbought territory. Maybe we're forming a divergence here, but no, right now we are converging, although we are forming lower lows, and we are forming lower lows here also. If money flow, if the VWAP starts curving up again, we will get a green dot again, and maybe some more money flow to the upside. And now looking at FiboSwanny method with Fibonacci candles too, and the fibs light up. You see we have here a bigger fib where we have the 38.2 at 41k, 3000k, and we have the zero line at the 30,000 approximately. Fibo's method tells us that we are almost falling out of the bull zone. As you can see, this is the last line of support, the last line of defense for the bull zone, and we are poking through it. If we don't bounce here, we will get to the bear zone again and maybe fall to the 78.6, maybe even a little bit more, because this sure looks like an M. You can see, it sure looks like an M, and you know M patterns go down like this, and then they usually form W patterns. They're not entirely bad. We can take advantage of the last leg of the M pattern, either the first one, and when you see this, sell here, or you buy here and then sell on the next leg and get ready to short here. So we could fall to 78.6, or we can only fall to this one, to this 61.8 or the 65, which is the golden ratio, the golden pocket. So from here on, we can pump from the 618 and the 65. These are the golden pocket levels. We can pump from this one to the 38.2 and maybe see if we can pump through the 38.6 all the way to 40k. That would be awesome. As I said, this is for me a busted symmetrical triangle. This we should have pumped way more up here to confirm the breakout, but it's a weekend and we are getting some more drawback, some more drawdown. Maybe we can still pump again after this, after accumulating on the golden pocket. If not, we will fall to the 78.6 and then maybe below 30k to 28. Regarding the ADX and DI, what we can see is that the ADX has lost some strength. So we had the bear DI going up, following the ADX. The ADX was giving strength to the bear DI, then it started falling. We had the bull DI rising, and as the ADX, the strength of the movement started falling, so did the bull DI. We started losing strength, and the bull movement started losing strength too, and the bear movement is starting gaining some strength again. As you can see, we have the red DI crossing the green DI and also crossing the strength, the ADX. I guess these will keep on fighting a little bit more here, and ultimately the bull DI should win because it hasn't won for quite a long time, and I think there is quite a chance that he will win this time. People are tired of being bearish. People want pumpage. We only had 2 or 3 months of pumping after breaking all-time high, so we need more pumpage. I know I'm just being a little bit irrational there, but that's what I'm thinking. We need pumping. We need this bull DI to go on, beat up these bear DI and follow the ADX. Have the ADX giving it strength and pumping it up. Alrighty, this is the 4-hour Fibo method analysis. Looking at the daily chart with everything turned on, you can see that we are right at the beach. We are right at the beach. I have here this bull box waiting to be filled. On the daily, we are almost crossing into bull territory. This is the start of it, and this is the confirmation of it. As soon as we get up above this red line, it's a confirmation of it. And as you can see on the daily, we have the bull DI under the bear DI, but the ADX is finally starting to lose some strength. On market Cipher, we have big wave and a small wave, so this could be the starting signal. This could be the first signal of a bottom, this one's. But we need to carefully see how this situation develops. The market is still in a fragile state. People are still being cautious about what they do with their money. Oh, and we have bullish divergence on the daily. Small one, indeed it is a small one, but it is a bullish divergence nonetheless. See, oscillator is going up, price going down. This could be setting us up for the sky, from the top of for the bottom of the sky. So if this bullish divergence plays out, we could have some pumping action. And that would be awesome. First target would of course be the 200 EMA, then the 50 EMA, and then the bottom of the sky. And that would also be good if we could pump, because we would get away from this thing that is almost happening, which is a death cross, which is the 50 EMA crossing below the 200 EMA. This is known as a death cross, and we don't want that shit happening on a bull market. No, we don't. Last time we were under the 200 EMA was when price was doing this. Last time the 50 EMA crossed the 200, we had March 2020 crash. That's what happened, and we don't want that happening. You see, we also were in a bear trend, so maybe that's why the crash was so bad. Everyone knows why it was so bad. You see, this is what happens when a death cross happens on the daily, on the bear trend. I know right now that we are in a bull trend, but it wouldn't be good too. So we don't want a death cross happening on our watch. And if it happens, guys, you better run. I think that you better run. I think that if this death cross happens, say bye-bye. Alrighty. This is Bitcoin on the daily. Looking at Ethereum now on the daily. Everything looks good for me. It's Ethereum on the daily. The RSI is still in bull territory. We are still testing bull territory. Regarding the ADX and DI, we still have the bear DI above the bull DI, but the trend is losing its strength. The ADX is clearly going down and the bear trend is losing its strength. Maybe the bull trend can pick up when the ADX starts to go up again. Maybe it can pick up the bull DI and take us to the 50 MA and then to the bottom of the sky. If the ADX doesn't pick the bull DI, we can then go a little bit further onto the beach, test the beach again. The max level of testing this would be the middle of the ocean, the buoy, at 1350,000. That would be the max pain scenario for Ethereum bulls, to test their hands and testing the middle of the ocean and then bouncing up. I'm expecting one more touch of the beach and then a bounce to the 50 EMA. Just to say the least, if we are able to push the 50 EMA, we should bounce up to the bottom of the sky. Because yeah, it looks like the bear DI is slowing down, the bear trend is slowing down, maybe the bull trend will pick up. Alright everyone, so we are back inside Joe Saz Trdr spaceship, order book matrix spaceship. We are on the 1 hour, on Planet Ethereum, on Binance. So what can we see? These things are all new bands that I haven't still explained to you. I will explain really quick what they mean. Basically they are order book depth bands, and some of them, well, most of them, all of them are aggregation of different exchanges. So this shows us the liquidity and the depth. The liquidity from the 1 to the 5% depth on spot. This one is 1 to 5% on perpetuals exchanges. And then I have 0 to 1, 1 to 2.5, 2.5 to 5, 5 to 10, 0 to 25. And then I have the volume by side, so that I can look at the volume. I only have perpetuals on the 1 to 5%, so that I can compare them to the 1 to 5% spot. All of the other bands are aggregations of spot exchanges. And as you can see, there is a lot of liquidity here, there is a lot of support in these levels, so we are getting signals from the 1 to the 2.5% band, and then from the 2.5% to the 5% band, we are getting strong bottoming signals. And if we can maintain these signals, this usually indicates a bottom. Unless people start selling like crazy market spot. If they start selling like crazy, they will fuck up the signals. But if they don't, these signals will indicate a bottom, and we should be getting some pumping action in the near term. Let's look at it at the 5 minutes, and then we'll look at the order book below. You can already take a look at it. As you can see, there is tons of support below us. This is the aggregated order book that you are looking at. And you pull the chart down. See, these strong green lines are also order book top levels, where the most support is being accumulated. And you see they are being moved down. They are following the price. They aren't letting the price fall more than this. And from here till here was the most amount of support. These yellow ones and the white ones are the stronger ones, being that the green ones for me are more of a confirmation signal. Looking at the order book, the aggregated order book, you can see that we have 68 million US dollar at the 2200, exactly 55 million at the 2200, and 69 million from where the price is until 2200. Then we have 369 millions at the 1800. So this is a huge amount of support. Huge amount of support. But we also have a huge amount of resistance above us. From the 2600 up until the 2900, we have roughly, from where the price is up until 2900, we have 277 million. So It looks like we have more on the support side than on the resistance side, but there can always, and there will always be spoofers on either side. So let's hope they spoof the price up and not down. And it should be obvious that we are getting a lot of signals, a lot of bottoming signals. It would be awesome if we could get signals from the 5 to the 10% band, right where we are. That would be, for me, the total confirmation that this is the bottom for now, and that we would pump up. And just change this from aggregated to normal one so that you can look at Binance. My toaster is a toaster, so it's slow. Looking at Binance, we can clearly see that we are being supported between 2200 and 1000, being the most support at 1700, 1800, and from 2000 to 2200. So this is it for Ethereum. Let's look at Bitcoin really quick. Toaster is toasting. Looking at Bitcoin, we are also getting bottoming signals. This is the 5-minute chart, but these signals are not that strong. For me, they are still kind of weak signals. See, we are getting a yellow one. These yellows are strong. Yellow backed up by a white one is usually a strong signal. You can see we haven't gone below this signal. Maybe we are going now. As you can see, the spot markets are buying, the perpetuals are longing from the 1 to the 5% band. This is the same as for Ethereum. I have the same bands, the same template. So first one is 1 to 5 spot, second one 1 to 5 perpetuals, 0 to 1 spot, and these ones are all spot, 0 to 1, 1 to 2.5, 2.5 to 5, and 5 to 10%. So each of the band is getting ready to buy, is buying, and perpetuals are longing. Not longing too aggressively, they could be longing more aggressively. Right now spot is buying more than the perpetuals are longing. So this could also be some kind of a local bottom. We can see that we have 1429 Bitcoin stacked at 34 and 1475 at 33, and then we have Bitcoin stacked all the way to 25. From the prices to 25 there is 15,680 Bitcoins, more or less, and from where we are until 40k, 41k, there are 3,700 Bitcoins. So this might be signaling some kind of a local bottom too, from the 34 to the 30k. This is where I expect to find some local bottom, and if this fails, like a quick till this one's, but this is a whole lot of support to rip through. In order to get to the 25k, we would have to rip like 15k Bitcoins. You know, if we rip 15k Bitcoins to the upside, it will be above 77k. So look at this, guys. For me, this is accumulation zone, support zone, local bottoming zone. Kill these bears. So this is it, guys, from me. There is no news today, so I won't be covering any news today. This is a Saturday episode, more focus on TA. Let's go, guys, don't give up. I still think that we are in a bull market. This is a temporary bear accumulation trend. Do your best to accumulate and keep on surfing this crypto wave, guys. See you on the next episode.